Dear students, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are all with your family members by the grace of Almighty Allah. You know, we are spending a very odd and unwelcoming situation ever seen in our life. Whatever the situation, we have to prepare ourselves mentally and physically to protect COVID 19. After Eid vacation, we are going to start our classes through the same way. I want to thank our authority in this regard. And again, like the others, I am welcoming you from my home. I hope you are watching and following my classes from your home sincerely. Yes, this is your English first paper teacher, Tomal Ahmed. You can see here I am providing my WhatsApp number as well as my email ID where you can ask me questions if you need. So, dear students, let's start our class. From today, I am giving you some topics and ideas that definitely help you to secure a good marks in your coming exam. So, dear students, you can enjoy, I hope, and please bring your EFT book, and I am going to open page 48. You can see a picture. Guess which unit? Yes, it is unit 4. Today I am going to teach you from unit 4 lesson 3 page number 48. The learning outcomes from this lesson, we will be able, after we have studied this unit, we will be able to give meaning of new words, read and understand the text, answer the question related to it and extract more information, and finally can choose the right answer from the alternatives. You can see a picture of Dhaka city from bird's eye view. That indicates the housing problems. Yes, and the demand of land, and some people call it a sick city, but we love our city very much, Yes, you can see in this picture the demand of lands augment the food problems. How can it augment the food problems? We'll discuss in later. If the if the production of the food is decreasing day by day, it is a very alarming. Okay, so guess what types of picture it is, what situation it indicates. Yes, it indicates the lack of food. Through this picture we can easily gauge the scarcity of food, and all through this lesson you will get some new words, that is scarcity or something like that, augment and unending, and some other words which will you have to know. Okay, so before starting these classes, I want to pay attention and to give you pay attention on this particular word, that is scarcity, that means shortage, pace, that means step or initiative, rapidly, it means quickly, arable, suitable for growing crops, occupy, its synonym is inhabited, considerable, it relates to important, and shrinking, it indicates reduce or diminish of something. Here the topics, lesson 3, our food and shelter. You can see two types of picture in this text. let's start the topics. I want to give you a brief idea of this text. So boys, you have to read the text very sincerely and point and pick the point of some topics related which is related to the food, scarcity of food and shelter. And from the very beginning of the text, you can see the class comes up with different problems. One group leader says the scarcity of food will be a serious problem in the years ahead. It is true that our agriculturists have developed new varieties of rice and its per acre production has definitely increased. But the rate of increase in food production cannot keep pace with the rate of population growth. It is very important. These lines is very much important. If the production of food is decreasing, it will definitely a very bad situation we have to ever face in future. This is because our land is fixed. Yes, our land is very much fixed. We cannot increase it. Yes, while our population is increasing rapidly. Another group leader comes up with housing problems. So both the picture has been stated here and it definitely related to these topics. One is food and another is house, that is how that is uh, shelter, the lack of shelter. Okay, housing problems. And another group leaders which he says adds much to the food problem. He says families are growing larger in size and at the same time breaking into smaller families. Each smaller family needs a separate house to live in. Also the arable fields. Yeah, this is the words which is very much related to the crops. Also the arable fields are being divided by these smaller families among themselves. Mills and factories are being set up which occupy, that is reduce or stated, a considerable portion of our land. So while we need more land to grow more food to feed more mouths, our land is shrinking day by day. It is the consequences. Yes, it is, our land is shrinking day by day, that is reduced. If our population grows at the present rate, a day will come in future, a day will come when many people will not find any land, any piece of land to build a house on, and as a result many of them might live on trees or on the floating boats in the rivers. Yes, I have mentioned already the floating boat on the river, and it is a picture of house stated on a tree, and it indicates the future house where people do not find any piece of land to reside. Okay, then no way, another student argues, trees are being cut, hills are being cleared, and water bodies are being filled up, all to meet the needs of too many people. Mrs. Chaudhary finally thank the students. Thank you, students. You are quite right. Let me tell you about this village where I was born and brought up. Things were not like this in the past. I remember as a child, the village was so beautiful. The green paddy fields and yellow mustard fields seemed to be unending. They used to wave and dance in the breeze. There used to be a wood in the northern side of the village. There was a tall tamarind tree in the middle of the wood. Also, there was a big banana tree which looked like a huge green umbrella with its aerial roots hanging down. I often used to go there with my friends. We would often have picnic there, while the boys would climb the tamarind tree and pick some tamarinds. I and my best friend Rima used to swing from the hanging roots, but now look, the wood is gone. The beauty of the crop fields is spoiled by the unplanned houses built here and there. This is a clear idea, dear student. This is the clear idea. How can the food and cultivable land has been reduced day by day, and how the shelter of where people reside with their families has been divided into many parts. So this is the text about food and shelter. It is a very important text, you know, and this lesson is very important for you in your coming exam. You may answer different types of questions like question number 1, 2 and 3 from this text. So pick this lesson as the most important ones. You can see here I have already given the answer from the top text. The question number 1 is the rate of increase in food production cannot keep pace with with the rate of population growth. The sentence means that the food production, yes, is less than what is needed. And question number 2, how can our housing problem add to our food problem? Yes, for making too many houses, people are using the cropland. Naturally, when they need to build a house to reside or make or made of factories or mills to develop, they usually choose a cultivable land for this purpose. Okay, and question number 3, what makes our land shrink day by day? Mentioned in line number 13. Yes, houses and factories are being built on it. And question number 4, many people may have to live on trees because they may not find land to make house. Yes, this is the right answer. And number 5, people are cutting trees to what? Which purpose? Yes, to grow crops or make houses. That's all these text today, and you have to answer this in this question as per your HW. So I'm providing you this question number 2, it is very important, and question number 3, which is also related to this text. Okay, so dear boys, that's all for today. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.